So this is my bio. So I'm an Apple Distinguished Educator. There are only so few of us here in the Philippines. And I'm going to make this session as quickly as possible. So after hearing the talk about teacher efficacy, we always have this question in mind, which is, what is the problem? And when we look at our classrooms, I would think that these are the problems that we would always encounter. I look at our classrooms, there's a lot of buzzwords being thrown around saying educational technology, technology integration, and everything. So I started looking at the different models of EdTech, and I came upon this model by Dr. Ruben Puentedura. He talks about the SAMR model: substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. And basically the model looks at transforming our classrooms by not just saying that these are the iPads or these are the technology that we have inside the classroom, go use it. But SAMR model looks at how we can use technology in a purposeful, relevant manner that would be able to help our students be able to express themselves, to be able to use technology wherein we would be able to ensure that everyone participates. So from the kid with the lowest scores to the kid with the best scores, it's technology that becomes a great equalizer. So what does SAMR look like in our classrooms? So these are just some examples that I've made or that I've used also inside my own classroom. So you'd have literacy where we would make use of basic technology. And as we go further, or as we integrate technology better, we would see that there is a spiraling of technology from the simple to the complex, to the point that our students are thoroughly enjoying the technology that we have here. So looking at these examples, we can see that from simple to complex, from augmentation to redefinition. So the tasks that we use right now, or the tasks that we're doing inside our classroom, are very simple that our students can enjoy. Therefore, 21st century learning, and also as teachers, we can look at how we can use technology to make our classrooms interactive and engaging. So what is the solution? The solution is we have to look at applications that support learning inside our classroom. So some of the apps that I've used inside my classroom, these are my two favorites, Flipgrid and Padlet. Flipgrid is basically an online application wherein students can take videos of themselves, and we can use this for student reflection, or if you're in the science classes, you can have them demonstrate an experiment, or for mathematics classes, the processes of solving mathematical equations. Now for Padlet, this is my favorite, another favorite, because it's an online wall. Our students, they love to ask questions, or our students love to say things that is related to our lesson. And half the time, we don't have the time to accommodate all of those questions. So with Padlet, we have a wall wherein students are free to post their questions, their insights, their reflections on the wall. And now we move on to Keynote and Pages, because as an Apple Distinguished Educator, I believe that Apple really makes learning fun. So with the new iPads and with the updates into iWork and Keynote and Pages, students can now be able to create wonderful sketch notes and also beautiful graphics using the suite of images and shapes that Keynote and Pages affords. So students, with their fingers, they can already create wonderful graphics for them. Now, I'll stop talking first, because care of Mr. Reagan Austria, he has generously supplied us with 20 iPads at the back. And today, I want everyone to stand up and to start exploring some of the apps that we've used. When you open the iPad, you'll see it locked onto Flipgrid already. You can explore it as well. You can do the tasks there so that you can get to explore how these apps work. You'll also see some QR codes there that says Flipgrid and Padlet. You can use the iPad's QR scanner to go to the website itself. So may I ask everyone to stand up and go on, explore and have fun with these devices.
Then it will be recorded on laptop. And then after the fact, everyone.
Hello, I'm Karen Yoma from UST Junior High School. And yep, I'm interested in integrating technology because eventually we have to prepare our students for the future. But we cannot prepare our students for the future if we ourselves are not prepared first. So there. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Patrick, and I'm really interested in integrating technology in the classroom because it's a surefire way of engaging our 21st century learners. We know how they are digital natives, unlike us who are considered digital migrants. Also, one of the ways or one of the reasons why I want to integrate technology is that it allows teachers to become more efficient in their jobs. Therefore, we get to do other things. We get to have more time to actually have some R&R.
After taking all the necessary preparations in terms of technology and how to go about the teaching, maybe we can consider then how can we make use most of what is applicable technology that can be used to teach a specific lesson in such a way that students will be more engaged and they'll be hooked in the activity, and at the end with the hope that they can understand the lesson more.
There's a task, everyone. Is that Mary and James?
Yes, that's Mary who we're hearing. So don't forget to try the different tasks on Flipgrid. Take a video of yourself.
You can even put it on a chair, and then so you have.
Okay, press the button, and then you can go to, let's say, the camera app. And I'm loving this guy. Okay.
Sir, slow down.
Yeah.
Yung app na to,
Yes.
phone,
Yes.
ginagamit mo talaga yung so only the students iPhone.
No?
It could be, yeah.
Yes. Okay. There's an interesting question that came up from one of the participants. Are all of these apps specific to just the iPhone or the iPad? No. These apps are for Android, Apple, Chrome, Windows, etc. So you can use it and have fun with your students. Now, if you're feeling shy and you don't want to take a video of yourself, why not try the Padlet app, which I have here. So just bring your camera. Yeah. Yeah. Or if you don't want to record yourself, dahil shy tayo, you can go. I like to use kasi
You can watch your video again. Do you have an account ready? You should open up the
So I have to.
And then
try Padlet.
Maximize the use of their iPhones, Facebooking, or
Those who want to use Padlet?
So just before we end,
Process.
I'd like to tell you teachers that technology is not our enemy inside the classroom. It's something that we have to embrace because inevitably technology will be everywhere. So as teachers, we have to embrace these changes wholeheartedly and with an open mind. Let's also not forget that technology shouldn't just be used to impress the accreditors of PASCU or PAHUCOA, but we all must always remember that when we use technology, it's the learners who are at the center of this. Just to share before I turn it over to Luis, I have this student in my school. He is very blind, so he can only see, like, if you do this to your fingers, that's the only thing he can see. And last year it was a challenge for me because how can this student who's inside my classroom, I don't have braille machines or no braille books, how can I help him? So I started exploring different apps, and I started using Google Forms para he can participate in our classroom. I used Flipgrid, and the success of that student was because of the technology that he had. With a simple iPad or even his tablet, he was able to participate in class as if he wasn't blind. And the students were all happy and the parents were happy because they didn't have to invest so much on technology such as braille that would severely limit his interaction inside the classroom. So instead of sending him to a school for the blind, he's in our school ngayon. He's enjoying it because his iPad can talk to him, tell him, these are the instructions for his quizzes. Yun nga lang, may slang yung Filipino niya. Panuto. Okay. So with that, always have when you use technology, always have the learner at the center of it. Luis?
Now that Laffy has shared his insights on the use of technology inside the classroom, we want to hear from you. Any volunteers, teachers? Yes, any insights? No. Yes.
This is a very good way for all of us to learn because, like what you said, technology is not our enemy. It's something to help us to make our classroom more interesting, and because this is not the language of our students, therefore if we cannot beat them, we should join them. So
In a good way.
in a good way.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Rafi, any other? Bawal talaga mag-lunch mamaya. Mag-lunch. Any other insights from your hands-on experience with Flipgrid and Padlet? Any other insights?
Subukan mo tawagin ako.
Are you up for the challenge?
Yeah, good question. Are you up for the challenge?
Yes.
Are you up for the challenge?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Well, to share a little bit about my experience using Flipgrid, I started using it last July. You will be surprised at how excited they could get. And I think I got to read this in one of the Twitter chats. When was the last time that you did something for the first time? We have to have that excitement in trying out something new.
Yes.
It's not just the students who should have that excitement. We have to share that excitement as well. And that was something that I really, I was very thankful that I tried it out. Even though I was just 27 years old, I tried something new. No, I'm 28. Flipgrid is actually one of the best things that's ever happened for the past 20 years that I've been teaching. You should try it out. You should try it out.
Actually, I'm not that. I'm just starting out in EdTech, so I think the tools like Flipgrid is something useful. I actually use Nearpod in
That's
pretty
one
much
of
my classes, so
Also.
it's good to explore other apps like the ones you're recommending. Flipgrid and Padlet.
And if
Sir, what I have is a question. For
Go ahead.
some teachers who are new to the use of Padlet, unfortunately, if I'm not mistaken, Padlet needs to be purchased and it's not
Yes.
anymore free. So how can we extend our help for those teachers who are getting into the technology, but unfortunately, they have to pay for that, especially for other schools
Yes.
who need to...
Poor cash strapped.
Yeah.
Actually, that's one of the things that we're also trying to espouse, that these applications that we presented, these are not the apps that you will stick for your entire life. Unfortunately nga, Padlet started this paywall model,
Just recently.
and I I'm thankful that I was able to make a lot of walls, so meron akong 40 wall limit. But it saddens me that they're doing that. So I would always tell teachers, look for alternatives. Google Classroom or the Google suite of apps are perfect for this. You open a document and you can have students collaborate on that one document, just writing their thoughts and ideas. So it doesn't have to be a paid app as much as possible. We want apps to be free. So always look for a cheaper alternative or a free alternative.
Yeah. Or what you could do, you save it as a PDF file and then delete the things in the wall so you can create a new one. So you have 5 free walls. Then after each wall is being filled out or students answered it, export it and then create another one.
Or you can also challenge your students.
Yes.
So your students who wrote these ideas a year ago, you can
Yes.
ask your new students, this is what my students wrote a year ago.
That's
What can you push your how can you push your thinking so that what they said a year ago can be changed or can be improved upon?
Just an anecdote since Laffy mentioned about Google for education. Google Drive made my table less cluttered with all of the submissions that my students had. Now it's now on the online drive. I just given a URL, and then with which I try to shorten using URL shorteners, and then just post it, and then once say for example I tell them that the deadline will be at 11:59, so I just wait for the deadline, and then for the next day at 6 o'clock I turn it off so that I can monitor their submissions. So it makes it easier for everyone. Any other last one perhaps?
Ako, meron ako yan.
Yes. Mary, please.
Ay,
Queen Mary.
Meron ako guest speaking. And so, when it comes to apps, siguro I'll share it with Rafi because I do have a listing of a lot of these applications and extensions that people normally use. It's I just put it in a spreadsheet already. It goes through whether it's free, freemium, whether we need to sign in or not, may bayad o wala. Pinagsama-sama ko na siya sa isang lugar. So, these are the apps that most teachers use. So, it's a listing of apps and extensions. I learned from the teachers, hindi ako yung gumawa nun. These are apps that teachers give me. On the Padlet side, the other thing that I would add on the Google, kasi sabi niya Google, so app smash tayo, di ba?
Yes.
So, Google
App
plus
smashing.
Padlet. Anong itsura ng Google at saka Padlet? Jamboard ang itsura niya. So we have a new application called Google Jamboard. It's actually an interactive whiteboard, but 2 weeks ago, Google released Jamboard for free for the web and for your mobile as well. So if you want to get it for your Android phone or your iOS, it's already available for download. And if you want to use the web browser for it, you can use Google Jamboard. So you just go jamboard.google.com. Again, jam like J-A-M, board like whiteboard. So Jamboard. Ano siya? It allows you to collaborate from your phone, put in images, put in post-its, put in drawings, put in videos. Basically have an interactive whiteboard everybody can just get into together, whatever device you're using. And you can again save it and export it and however you want. Okay? Salamat sa guest.
Okay, so on behalf of Jackie, Luis, and I, Jackie, we'd like to thank you for joining us here this morning, and I hope that you will able to do Mary's big project later this afternoon. Okay, so I hope we were able to equip you with the necessary skills. Okay, with that, we may head back to